Live long and prosper.
Do you think people will understand that?
The trolling joke. Comment below.
Oh yeah, did you do the thing? We have to. Okay. I can't see you, that's the only thing. Hello.
Hi.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
This is a cool one.
So today we are going to talk about 8 recruitment. And the helmets will
Make sense.
make sense.
Eventually. Like it's going to be a slow burn.
Probably a bit of
It will
a
make sense soon. Yeah, there's a awesome brand component, really fun website. Helen did some work on some awesome videos and GIFs or GIFs. Is it a GIF? Is it a GIF? We'll never know.
We've got Nadine and Steve coming in, the clients, which is super fun.
We'll be talking to Sarah for brand and web, James for web, you for the brief.
Yeah. So we'll jump straight into it.
Yay!
We'll see you guys soon.
Episode 4.
Woohoo!
Some really interesting insights to this particular client, 8 Recruitment. Nadine is crazy. She is definitely charismatic. She's a wonderful individual. Steve, her partner as well, he has an amazingly interesting background. He's a professional rugby player over in Ireland in the UK. So the first part of this project was how do we tell those stories? How do we start to introduce the unique element, that unique selling point for 8 before people meet them? The creative team responded to that in a very interesting way.
The 8 brand is a really fun and cheeky brand. It's not your average recruitment company. So when we got briefed in to do this job, we really had to think kind of a new way of making them look and feel and being really vibrant and loud and exciting and colourful. So we had to take that playful energy and then morph that into all the usual stuff that you need for a brand. So there's things like business cards and letterheads and their website. And we really did that by capturing each of the personalities of the key figures that work at 8, and we took really colourful photos of them on colourful backgrounds and showing their personality, and that was a really big thread throughout the brand. So when we were creating the logo, we got off the computer and back on our rustic tools of pen and paper, and we did lots of sketches and ideas, and the final logo has an 8 drawn in a kind of hand-drawn sketchy kind of way, and that was really to bring in their hand-touch personality. That thread is throughout the rest of the brand, so we've got little hand touches, markups and asterisks here, there and everywhere, kind of like if you were looking through the paper and you wanted to mark up some jobs that you were interested in. We're harking back to that kind of idea and really trying to bring that personal connection that the 8 Recruitment offers. All this brand material was then translated into the website, and the same kind of look and feel happened there as well. So each page is a different colour. We've got some really interesting visuals on there as well, and is really easy to kind of get engaged with the company and start up that conversation. My personal favourite part of the project was working with all the colour and the props to kind of really bring to life a bit of a crazy idea and see it come to fruition. That was a lot of fun.
One of the key things about the development of 8 Recruitment was implementing with their internal software Job Adder. When they post a job, we'll go out to Seek and other job boards. And with Job Adder, we were able to completely customise their brand without interrupting their workflow at all. So that was a really big win for the client to get that sort of control and be able to have their own website as another way of collecting resumes and actually collecting leads. The other cool thing about the site was on the Meet the Team page, we were able to implement a cool thing from the shoot where when you actually hover or interact with the staff member photos, they start looping through. Overall, I'm very happy with how this animation technique turned out.
So 8 Recruitment was a really cool new brand that I was introduced to, I think a little bit later in the process. There was a mixture of some sort of stop motion GIFs, which I started off as an animator doing stop motion. So that was loads of fun. It was kind of like a throwback to uni days, making these small little videos for YouTube and Vimeo in my bedroom, to then also having the opportunity to try and come up with an interesting concept for like their web promo. Working on set for this particular project was a little bit different. I started my day assisting Luke, taking the portraits of the 8 Recruitment team. And then for myself, the second half of the day of shoot day was creating these animated GIF elements for the client for their social media. My job was trying to figure out how to make these things move in an interesting, dynamic and eye-catching way. And then the second video component that we had to tackle was the online promo. That was quite interesting because we were working directly with the client to produce this promo that they had to speak on camera to. In this situation, I think trying to let the client know that we know that this isn't your thing to be in front of camera, so you're talking to a friend, and trying to get that personal touch and strip away that awkwardness. So there was that challenge, as well as trying to animate and create some sort of motion graphic in the background to highlight the key points that we were trying to get across in that 30-second promo. So in the end, with the social GIFs that we produced and also the online video promo for 8 Recruitment, I'm super impressed with how it all turned out, considering like all the people that it took to get that from concept through to finished work.
So we chose HeadJam, I think, first of all from a recommendation, but I loved the cheekiness of the brand and really wanted our cheekiness portrayed in our brand, and I could see that HeadJam had that potential, instead of just being a boring corporate image, really pushing the boundaries on what a recruitment agency's branding should look like.
I think we also really wanted to trust someone with our brand. All of a sudden, allowing someone to take control of that and trust them to do that was a big step for us. It's worked out really well, so I'm happy with the result. A lot of people now are actually commenting on our website saying
I think a lot of people are like noticing our social media. That's been a reoccurring comment.
The process for me was, as I said, it was a little bit of a loss of control, and that's fine. I didn't mind that so much. You know, when we came across certain ideas that we didn't feel would work or understand
why. It was good to actually challenge us as well.
I suppose that probably boils down to that little bit of a trust in someone else other than us. I have to say, for the end result, I was very happy with the end result.